Welcome back to the Playdate by Freshly Picked. I'm your host, Caitlin Hanson, and I am so happy to be here for another episode of Midweek Mantras. Also, I'm going to take a quick breath because I am winded and I just came up the stairs and I was scurrying around, and so I'm just catching my breath. So if you hear me talking fast, that is why. Well, let's get into it today. A lot of my thoughts came from TikTok. I am loving TikTok lately. My feed is amazing. I have a great algorithm. I have a gift, my husband always says, for finding the weirdest stuff, like just having the weirdest feed and I don't know, things that just make me laugh. I've got paint mixing videos, which I think are satisfying, and cake decorating. And I love to watch people spinning clay and glazing it and doing all kinds of things. And then it's mom tips and motivational things and poems. And I don't know, it's just a good feed. But all of these thoughts today come from TikTok. Sometimes it just hits me with these really fun things. So I am just going to start with those. And this first one, I will preface by saying I have incredible parents, and this is in no way a diss to them or anything. I just really loved what this says. If you ever have a daughter, it will be payback, and it absolutely is. She is all the love I've ever tried to give and all the love I should have received. She is the magic I lost along the way. And I just, that spoke to my heart. And I just love my two little girls so much. And I love their spirit and their confidence and just zest for life. And I love that I get to be their biggest cheerleader. I also saw this thing on TikTok that was I'm just going to paraphrase, but there's a lot of trends like this. But it was my mom clapped for me so hard that I never realized who wasn't clapping. And I just love that. And I hope that I can be an encourager and I can do a good job and I can help my girls to have self-worth and self-confidence and know how amazing they are, and just that they know their potential and that they can do anything. And then this next part is just a little clip of a baby. And I think as moms, we put so much pressure on ourselves to give our kids the most magical childhood and do all these things and bounce back and putting a lot of pressure on our bodies. And I didn't even realize this, but it says 6 months for wounds to close, a whole year to feel whole again, 2 years for hormones to regulate, 5 years to rediscover yourself in motherhood. It's slow, quiet healing. Give yourself some grace. And I just thought that that was such an incredible reminder. And I don't know, I think, yeah, like I said, we're expected to bounce back and just be better. And it really does take so much more time than I think we knew to really dive into things and for ourselves to regulate and heal from being pregnant. And then this next one. So I'm the youngest child, and when I read this, I couldn't help but cry. And not that I necessarily, some of these I feel with and I resonate with, and some of them I don't, but this is just a little shout out to the youngest child. So it says, as the youngest child, I'm expected to live up to my siblings' success. My life is built around expectations they set. Nothing I accomplish is my own. I get straight A's, but so did my older sister. I make team captain, but so did my older brother. All of my achievements live in the shadows of my siblings' triumphs from years ago. I'll never have a cheering squad. I'm the only kid left in this empty house. They've moved out and started new lives while I'm stuck becoming their clone. Nothing I do is a first. All of my hobbies were once theirs. I tell my parents of my day, but I'm met with blank stares. They aren't intrigued, and we all know why. Everything I do has already been tried. And like I said, I'm like, not all of those are a truth for me, but a lot of them are. And I just think that we need to give so much credit and hugs and love to our youngest because so many of the things have already been done. And I just hope that for my second daughter, I don't know if I'm going to have another. So for now, she's the youngest, but I just hope that I can be, just as excited for all of her firsts as I was for Liv. And I just really want to focus on how special it is that she is small, and I don't want to wish away having her grow up because it really does go so, so fast. So those are like my little sappy things. And then next, I'm just going to tell you because I thought these two things were such a cool idea for a baby shower, B, a baby shower gift, or just a gift to somebody that's having a baby. So this first one is a box, and I am a very sentimental person, but I'm not like big on like collecting things and just like having stuff. But I do keep a little keepsake box for each of my children, just like saving a few little pieces of art. I've started taking pictures of their art that I love too, so that I can just put that in like a chat book so that it's not as bulky. And then I just like really keep my favorite little art projects. But basically this is just like a plastic container, like a plastic filing cabinet. And then they got all the little filing dividers and then separated it out into just like different documents. So a place to put like their milestone things from like the doctors of like weights and things, to put birth certificate, to put like a little, I almost called it a paw print, but a footprint, like that they do at the hospital. And then things for like kindergarten. And then they have like little papers in them too for each grade of like, these are things I'm loving, and like little questionnaires. So I loved that. And then second, the next thing I loved, and actually I saw this from one of our past play daters. They said in lieu of like a lunch brunch shower, this was for a second child, I believe. She had her friends come over and they each had like a project. So one was like cleaning the house, they were all cleaning the house, but one was like organizing a linen cabinet, cleaning out the fridge, just like a list of all the things that you want to do in preparation for a baby. And I just really liked that. And then along with that, I was just kind of like noodling some other ideas. And I also think it'd be so fun to have your friends, instead of like, if you don't want them to come clean your house and do projects, if you trust them, I'm like weird about like foods, but I trust all of my friends to do this for me. But do like a freezer meal if you have like the space to allow that, or it can be like a shelf pantry meal. So instead of everybody bringing like things for the baby or stuff like that, they can just, everybody brings like maybe it's snacks, maybe it's, something like that. That way you have like a stockpile of meals and things. And I thought that that was such a good idea for like a sprinkle or a second baby as well, because making dinners and worrying about meals is just like, hard to have one more thing to worry about. So I loved those. I will try to sprinkle in more of like my sappy little quotes and posts that I find on TikTok. I would love to hear any quotes or things that you have, and we will see you all next time for Midweek Mantras. Bye.